police have today proscribed Agenda 2020, a key event for the party that was scheduled for tomorrow in Mbare, Harare. Citing flimsy excuses that the event cannot proceed because the police are busy with the schools that are opening this week, as if the police have got anything to do with the opening of schools. Tomorrow's event was scheduled to be addressed by the MDC leadership. We are noting a disturbing trend where the police are routinely proscribing MDC events and treating the party as a banned organization in the country. Starting with our scheduled peaceful and constitutional public protests in the various cities that were brutally quelled by the police in August of last year, as well as President Chamisa's Hope of the Nation address that was violently proscribed on the 20th of November 2019. We have noted a very disturbing trend where the police are banning legitimate and constitutional activities by the MDC. In each of these instances, we had complied with the law and given the police due notification, but we continue to be treated like a banned or a terrorist organization when we are a legitimate political party that is represented in parliament and that controls 28 out of 32 urban local authorities. The police have periodically abused our compliance with the law, and as a party, we are currently reviewing whether under the current circumstances we should continue to cooperate with unjust laws and unjust requirements. We have had enough. The MDC national leadership has met today, and as a mark of responsible leadership, it has said no to confrontation and is having to stop the people who are ready to attend the event in Mbare tomorrow. For fear of their lives against this brutal dictatorship, and given what this regime has done before, they have decided to postpone the Agenda 2020 event to next week on Tuesday, at a venue to be announced. But this does not mean that we are complying with dictatorship. We have given the regime due notice of all our constitutional activities, and they have denied us the chance to exercise our democratic rights. And as I said, we are reviewing our position regarding this. In Agenda 2020 event, it was meant to be a peaceful event, and when it is going to be held next week, it is going to be a peaceful event. A mammoth event on this year's national calendar that is set to be attended by ordinary people as well as diplomats, in which the party will lay to the people its agenda for the year, including its program of action, as well as the party's program of activities for the whole year of 2020. We have postponed the event because the regime was budgeting for a clash, for blood, and for violence. And as a party, we will not sacrifice the lives of innocent Zimbabweans. I reiterate that we are reviewing the position of whether we should continue to comply and cooperate with unjust laws and unjust requirements that are inimical to the practice of democracy. We have postponed our event because we do not want any sideshow. We want to give Zimbabweans a chance to hear the party's calendar of critical party targets for the year that will address the key challenges affecting the ordinary people, as well as the party's plan to rescue the nation out of the current morass.
Allow me to take some questions from you.
Recently, there's been statements that the party leadership is weak on social media, that it's weak and it's not giving the people of Zimbabwe direction. Or what is your response to that, given that in light of the recent event?
Thank you, Gerard Lesson, for that question. The whole essence and the whole aim of this Agenda 2020 is to give and provide that direction. And as I have said, it is a statement that is going to enunciate the party's key programs of the year, including our program of action as well as our programs of party activities that are meant to rescue the people from the current challenges. This is actually the plan of action for the year. This is exactly the plan that is going to set out the critical party targets of what the MDC is going to do this year to rescue Zimbabweans from the current crisis. So we are not going to allow any sideshow where there's going to be brutality instead of Zimbabweans hearing from the MDC leadership what the party's critical party target is. But like I told you, we are reviewing our position as to whether we continue to comply with unjust laws and unjust targets. Seriously, reviewing my question.
You that you are planning to reschedule to next week. Did I get that right?
Yes.
In any event, the police also reported what's next. What's going to happen?
Like I told you, we are reviewing. If the police bar our event on Tuesday, you will see what happens. It will fall within the context that we are reviewing our position as to whether we will continue to comply with unjust laws and unjust requirements.
No, but this looks like a perennial response from the police.
Yes.
And
like
it looks like they are not going to allow you to protest anytime soon.
Yes, I hear you. This is not a protest. This was meant to be our agenda to lay out our party activities for the year. But if they proscribe our event again on Tuesday, like I told you, you will see what will happen. to fall within the lines of us reviewing our positions to whether we must continue to comply with unjust laws and unjust requirements. But like I said, we don't want to create a side show where we go there and then they brutalize the people like they did during that Hope of the Nation address. People ended up not hearing what President Chamisa had told them. But like I said, if they continue, if they proscribe our event on Tuesday, watch this.